a few quick remarks, and then we're gonna cut the birthday cake.
Well, I'll talk to you
We're
later.
gonna mention a few other things about other people that are here. I want to tell you that relatives came. Dale has a few relatives who aren't as old as he is. They're here from the West Coast, and I'd like to tell you who they are. Maybe you've met them already. They're Kelly Jones and her husband Brad.
No,
Just raise your hand or yell. And Dawn Wordsworth and her husband way over there, the beautiful blonde. And then from California, Georgia, Dale's nephew, Keith Drew. He's out there soon somewhere. And his wife Linda and his son Scott. They've all come in from across the world, as you can see, for Dale's birthday. And we also have here Katerina, our daughter-in-law from Greece.
Oh, yeah, okay, there she
That's
is.
our little family
Yeah.
that are here. There are 2 or 3 people here that want to say a couple remarks about, this may be dangerous, I don't know. I don't know what I'm into. There's some people who want to speak, so Jerry Aislinger is here. Where's Jerry? Jerry is, I don't know anything about Jerry Aislinger, but what I've been told, and it's so mammoth, I'm embarrassed to mention who he is. But he's retired from the military, and Dale has kept track of him all these years. And I think he's going to say a few words for Dale. Since he's been retired from the military, he's won the highest award that the Pentagon gives to any civilian. I think you should know that.
Yeah.
And then the next person, Alan Bullen's going to say a word or two. Alan was the executive director of Engstrom Services for many years. I can't remember how many years Alan was there. And he was there through something else before that. Alan, thank you for being here. But he's going to make a remark or two, so it's dangerous to let them up here. And then Moon Mullins, Michael Mullins, has been our advisor and friend for many years. We couldn't make it without him. He has a few words to say. That's scary too, that he's going to be up here. And I've asked Jenny Squealer, but she said if I make any remarks, I'll cry.
I'll try.
She says she'll try that. We'll see if she recalls cries. She says she will cry. And then we have also Martha Jean Williams. Martha Jean, where are you? Where's Martha Jean? Here she is right over here. Martha Jean was here when Dale had his 80th birthday party. And she did the toast, and she's going to do that again. And it's time to cut the cake. When do we do that? And before we cut the cake, I want these people to come up and have their little say. And when we cut the cake, remember, if you use the coffee that has the signature of Dale's age and name, the cup is yours for keep. All the adults have a cup that's a gift from Dale. So when you drink your coffee, keep the cup. We'll wash it for you in the kitchen. I have a nurse in there. My nurse is in the washing thing. So you can take the cup home. I thank you again for coming. I really, really do. Now, just before we cut the cake, I want to have Kelly to come up here. Kelly and Dawn, and I want you to know Kelly's a professional singer. I'm scared to introduce her. I mean, she knows what she's doing. I've seen her perform before. Thank you very much, girls. Now, I'll let them tell you what to do.
Okay. So we'll wait.
all right?
You want us to do it now? Okay.
Do it now.
All right. Okay. Well, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna lead everybody in happy birthday. So we'd like you all to sing with us. So don't make us do this on our own. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dale. Happy birthday to you. We love you, Uncle Dale, and we feel so blessed to be here with you today. And we were here 5 years ago, and you guys gave us such a great visit here. But we would sit in the evening and have dinner, and we couldn't leave the table for like 3 hours because we were so enveloped in all that Dale, his life represents. There was so much, and it was such a blessing, and we talk about you all the time with so much great love. We love you so much.
We love you. Now, Jerry, we'll chime in. Jerry, and then Alan, and Michael. And Jenny said she cannot cry.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? That's good. I'm going to try to do this. And when I was invited down to Purdue, appreciate the opportunity to come down. And I was told I could bring a card, so this is kind of my special card to you, Dale. Okay. Thank you. And I'd like to read it for the group here. Colonel Dale Engstrom, congratulations on your 100th birthday, and thank you for your military service. To recognize the special occasion, today the United States flag is being flown over the Pentagon to commemorate your birthday. Today you gain an additional title, Centurion. Only 22 and 100,000 personnel in the United States attain this longevity. In your life's journey, you have had many adventures, experiences, and met people throughout the world. Many lives were influenced by your intelligence, wisdom, and leadership. I had the honor to cross your path 45 years ago. At that point in your life, you had recently retired as a United States Army Colonel, started a successful business, and were serving citizens of Tennessee as elected representative. You represented the citizens by upholding the highest traditions of the United States Army that included integrity, dedication to duty, and selfless service. You swayed a young high school student to follow in your footsteps. With your mentorship, personal coaching, and assistance, Saudi Desi High School had its first West Point graduate in 1977. The Army benefited from another officer with over 20 years of an active career who retired as Lieutenant Colonel, and in the Office of Secretary of Defense has experienced 20 years of an individual dedicated service. You made these achievements possible by helping a high school student 45 years ago.
Wow.
I thank you for your contributions to my career, family, and to the nation. Not only for me, but for many others who you have gone above and beyond the call of duty. Your exceptional accomplishments in life reflect great credit upon yourself, your family, and the United States of America. Signed, Jerry. One more thing. She told us not to bring a gift. And I noticed in your many years, and getting all the wisdom you've imparted to me over the years, that across the world, as world travels, that Dale's gone all over the world with his gracious assistance. I've had the opportunity also. So when I asked them, what was kind of appropriate gifts of fine spirits, they said, well, you know, there's Jameson and Irish spirits and all that. I said, where are you going for this party? They said, Tennessee. Do you happen to know this place on Lynchburg? But there so happens to be some very fine whiskey.
Okay, and here's Alan Bullard.
My name is Alan Bullard, and I have worked with Dale Engstrom for many, many decades. And I know you all know about his services around the world and his military background. And I'm hoping that you know about his work with people with disabilities. There are parents and folks here of disabled persons, but Dale has been active in many circles as far as the disability community is concerned. Siskin, Team Evaluation Center, Janice, where are you? Engstrom Services, the Signal Center. I mean, these are not small organizations. He was there from the start, just as he was there from the start when the Department of Mental Health, the Tennessee Department of Mental Health, is where mental retardation offices were housed. I happened to be a part of that department back then. Our hands were tied because in order to be a superintendent or a commissioner, you had to be a pediatric physician. Well, if you know pediatric physicians and administration of state programs, they're not anywhere close to similar And so we had a hard, difficult time ever finding anybody to fill a position of importance. So Dale Engstrom said he came to Nashville, and I guess you were in the Senate. Senate? Okay. And he came down to visit us, and he took that on as a flag bearer to change the law so that we didn't have to have a pediatrician in charge of the department, a pediatrician in charge of each of the institutions. He did so much, and I'd be lapse in saying those institutions now are all but closed, with a 30 or 40 at Green Valley. There will never be another 100 years like the 100 years that Dale lived and that the people with disabilities progressed. I can't imagine that people with disabilities can go from hidden in the on the back rooms or the back 40 or in penal institutions or in prisons, facilities such as Clover Bottom was at that time, where they had showers that you laid on a table and went through like car washes. Those days will never, ever be seen again. Thank goodness to folks like Dale Engstrom. And the people with disabilities will never progress as much as they have the first 100 years that Dale Engstrom has been involved in this. There's so many more things I can say, but I'm going to hush because I know that Lena's going to be on my butt. Happy birthday, Dale. Love you. I need to mention Ernest Igo and your trips around the world. If Ernest Igo's son here?
No, they left.
They left?
Yeah.
They left, okay.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
And now, Mullen, Michael Mullen. I'm gonna let him say a few words. This is scary. I told y'all this is scary. I don't know what I can do afterwards.
Can everybody hear me? Yeah. I have a big voice. I'm not too big, but I got a big voice. I've been knowing Dale since about 1978. And he and I met when I was in the manufacturing business 100 years ago with him. And we developed a relationship, and one thing led to another. He changed careers and reinvented himself about 3 or 4 times, and I did the same. And at some point back in the early 80s, I got in the investment business and have been doing it ever since. And Dale and Lena have been clients of mine for a long time. So I hear a lot of good things about Dale today, what a great guy he is. But let me tell you, when the stock market goes down, he's not a happy camper. Trust me. I was just overwhelmed by the presentation and the kind words everybody said about Dale. And quite frankly, I don't have a whole lot more to offer along those lines. But I do want to make one observation. I think Dale has done as well as he has and been as healthy as he has because he's got a great wife. And they're a great couple, and they've been friends, and they always will be. Thanks.
You can cry if you want to.
Okay. The precedent has been set.
Yeah.
Well, as they say, Lena, there's always a good woman behind every man, right? And I had this little speech prepared, and I was telling Alan Bullard what I was going to say, and he said everything I was going to say. So, therefore, I don't have much to say. I do have to say there was one correction. I am the first executive director of Engstrom Services, because we used to be called Team Evaluation and Assessment Management. And they decided to change the name at the same time I was hired as the executive director. So I'm proud to to have that role.